Hello, everyone, and welcome to my weekly meltdowns coverage of Big Brother 24. This is our probably one of our last live date shows. I don't know yet. The jury's still out because if you cut off feeds, we can't do a live feed update show. But hey, before we get started tonight, happy birthday, Kylan. First and foremost, Kylan Pierre, happy birthday. Um, quick side note, and I meant to mention this last week. If you are new to my weekly meltdown, please watch the entire episode before you get in the comments and troll us hardcore and say that we don't know anything about Big Brother and we don't watch the live feeds and what the hell are we even doing, Carmen? Blah, blah, blah. You look ridiculous. You're a fool. Stop it.
I mean, I will stick up for myself with replies to those comments, and you will be so shooketh that you have to go back and delete your comments just out of total shame. So at least, if you want that battle, go for it, but it's not going to end well.
You can get mad on Twitter and take that out on Big Brother 24 all you want. We're not the enemy here. I'm not Allison Grodner. I'm Allison Kelly. And I run my weekly meltdown. I don't even know I pay enough for the Paramount Plus that I fund everyone, but I have no say in shit that goes down. So guys, watch the whole show before you start passing judgment on us and getting nuts. So it's a birthday, so you know what that means. I got to sing happy birthday real quick to Kyle, and it's a tradition. If you are a heavy hitter in this group, you get a happy birthday rendition. So are we ready? You might want to turn your volume down. All right, Kylan, this is for you. Happy birthday to you, Kylan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kylan. Happy birthday to her. That is Allison doing her best. Mariah Carey Clarkson.
Absolutely
regular version of happy birthday. Thank you very much.
Well, so speaking of birthday weeks, this is Jasmine's birthday week, so we had to bring in the big guns for a surprise guest appearance tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in Kim Matina here, and she has a little birthday surprise as well.
Oh my God! So I drove over to LA. And because I wanted to get my makeup done for this special occasion, after all, it was Jasmine's birthday week last week.
I know,
so
right?
I went over there.
Is that your alibi? Are you actually the wall yeller? Is this
I am
like
actually
a made up story?
Look at my eyebrows. Don't they look good? Yeah, they sure do. And they don't even look like two caterpillars fucking, as far as I know, because I'm looking at them going, no, those are good. Okay. So, and I just want to say, Allison, you look hotter than a drippy popsicle on the 4th of July. I love it.
I'm a dripper.
You're hot. You're hot. That hot. You're drippy. But
drippy.
Look at. Okay, can you see my eyebrows?
I'm about these eyelashes, because if I had eyelashes that big on my eyes, I wouldn't be able to keep them open. So I am in awe of this. I'd be doing
they might last about as long as Kyle on Allison. So
there you go. Jackie, how the hell are you doing? We haven't heard from you yet tonight either.
I'm doing good. I'm digesting the food I just scarfed down before we started, so gotta take my time.
I hope it was delish.
Delicious.
So seriously, and you, Jackie, you look prettier than hot wings fresh out of an air fryer. My God, girl, you look beautiful. And Tyler, what can I say? You look better than a $2 whore after a Christian revival, It just is what it is. Or hot. Maybe we can say that you're hotter than a $2 whore outside of the Senate building.
Could be. There we go.
You could be.
I love all the Jasmine euphemisms because she's on my team and she's leaving, but I love them all.
Yes. We will have a draft update because I need to brag. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
There's no way we are not getting out of this show without an update. But first, I just want to say really quick before we get to there, this is going to be me during Tyler's draft update. Just snoozing like my grandson. Just same shit, different. Yeah, just sit in awe of the baby.
He just spoke his first words this week, right?
Well, he's been jabbering a lot, and we're finally starting to kind of make sense of, we've heard mama, 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 mummy, 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 and he's been saying da 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 da, and finally a daddy came out, and he says mama, mama, and that is between his other grandma, who's Mama, and his Aunt Mal, or Mallory, but he calls it Mal. It's Mal, Mal, Mama, and the other day. I'm Gamma, but it's Gigi comes out. I heard Gigi, and I was like, oh my God. And he took a step, and I saw it on FaceTime yesterday. It wasn't his first step, but he's standing up, and he took a step, and he got so excited that he took a step that he fell. And then it was just drama from there. It was just complete drama. He's so dramatic. Don't know where he gets it from.
No idea.
And I'm just sitting here thinking a year ago, I got the first 3D ultrasound of his face and stuff. And we were like, oh, look what he looks like. And then we pulled it out the other day and we were comparing it to what he looks like. And I'm like, man, that does look like, wow, that is insane. Yes. Anyway.
Oh, so cute. Well, yeah, I warned you guys in the chat that like I have so much to talk about this week. Like I feel like the whole like Big Brother Twitter internet has been pretty bullish on this twist, and I'm actually like completely the opposite. And the only reason that people are like thumbs down on it is just because the majority of the cast this year sucks. Like, let's be real. And like the way that the groups like shook out were not helped any bit by the cast like not being great, and then it being a schoolyard pick instead of a random draw.
Don't forget, you did really good last week. We were only off by one person, well, two people.
Oh, really? I'm glad you wrote that down because I was curious about that. And remember,
me too.
Jackie, remember how many people in the chat were like, "This is totally wrong." I think Kim was one of those people. Is that happening right now?
Are they up now?
Yes, they've got the outside cameras up.
So what does that mean? Where are? Okay, I don't want to. Okay, go ahead. Tyler has a structure.
So we
Tyler
I
is
feel like
Diana Ross. We are the Supremes.
Exactly. So I want to have just like a little bit of structure for how we're talking about this because it's two very separate houses and everything going on. So I figured we would talk about the warm up for the meat and potatoes of this show. So we're going to talk about the inside first, which is the Big Brother Brochella. So these people are the ones living in luxury this week. So that consists of Michael as HOH, Jasmine as the main target, Monty, Brittany, and Taylor. Now, Monty volunteered at the beginning of the week to go up against Jasmine. And actually, I think this is actually a really good move. Like usually, like rule number one, don't volunteer yourself as a pawn. But I think this is probably maybe in Big Brother history, like one of the safest weeks for you to volunteer yourself as a pawn.
So smart.
And like, you know, everybody's been thinking like, is Monty going to be like the first one targeted out of the leftovers once everything shakes out? And I think that Monty in particular has really used this week to solidify like a group of four within the leftovers. So him, Taylor, Michael, and Brittany are really bonding this week. And I can really see this group of four moving forward, like after all of this is done. And I just think that Monty really set himself up for success by I don't know, just like extending that first olive branch to Michael, because I feel like those two in particular haven't really had the closest relationship within the leftovers. Kyle told Michael and Brittany about the pound last week, so Michael knew coming into this week that Monty is a part of this like bigger group within the leftovers. So I think this is Monty's way of saying, you know, the pound is no more, and it certainly isn't after what we'll talk about going on outside. But yeah, I have a lot of faith that this this group of 4 will continue to be the driving force for the rest of the season, no matter how the other side shapes out. And particularly Monty, like I'm really getting like Xavier or Tyshawn vibes here in terms of like Monty is never the one that's like really in the driver's seat of deciding which way the majority alliance that he's in goes, but he really comes across as like a very supportive, loyal ally that's like really going to go to bat for anybody who are like his people. And we've seen 2 very successful winners recently do that in a way that really hides their physical prowess, their physical ability within this game. And of course, like Michael is like the big like physical competitor this season and stuff. So I think that helps Monty's game out even more. I think I'm ready to make a bold prediction and say I think Monty is going to be the winner of the season.
Is that because he's in your 4?
No,
Yes,
but like it's
yes.
convenient, but if, like I would, of course, I would love to see like Michael win, but that to me sounds too good to be true. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that like as soon as Michael loses a competition, especially after like it's like Final 6 and everybody's playing a veto every week and stuff, I think that's going to be a pretty easy conclusion for everybody to come to. So any thoughts on that, Kim? What do you think? What do you think of that bold statement?
I think you're wrong.
Okay, tell me.
I think you're way wrong. I think that I know I don't want to go out of order, but with what's going on with the backyard crew, that I think that they're going to come for Monty before they'll come for Michael. So really, I think it's smart of Michael to keep Monty in and not just build that relationship. I'm glad that they've had a chance to talk and build the relationship and everything. But I think that they're going to perceive. Okay, so perception is reality, they say. Mm-hmm. The perception of Monty is he's this big, and now they've made him sound like he's the mastermind of, everything in the free world. When in reality, Michael is the one who's won 6 comps, not Monty. Yeah. Michael is allowing others to steer the ship, but obviously from his talks with Brittany, he's got his plan in mind. With Monty going out 5, I think was the last thing I heard him say was 5. Mm-hmm. So I could see potentially Michael and Brittany flipping to take out Monty either at 6 or 5. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he's going to get there.
I don't know, like especially with like Terrence still left in the game, Alyssa will still be left in the game, and if Joseph is still in the game, I feel like Joseph would even go before Monty, right?
No, I don't think so, because they are votes, and Joseph would have the backing of Taylor, as well as specifically Taylor and probably Monty. Okay, not necessarily Brittany and Michael, but if he's still in the game, I think that they'll flip sides and go with probably not Kyle, probably Alyssa, probably Terrence, and potentially Joseph. We haven't seen what's gone on. And there could be bonding going on over there too. And with what's already been said, they're making Monty sound like the mastermind of the leftovers. Therefore, who are they going to go after? Michael? They didn't make him out to be the mastermind. They made Monty out to be it. So I really think that they may target Monty before Michael, which is...
Well, yes. Like, I think that that's true. Like, within, like, the Michael, Monty, Taylor, Brittany, like, group of 4 that I just made, like, Monty is very clearly, like, the 4 out of 4 there. Like, I'm not, like, he's going to have a tough squeeze at the end of the game. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that, like, Monty is the best player of the season and therefore will win the season. I'm saying that, like, like very, very rarely does the best player of the season win, in my opinion. I'm not one of those people that's like the winner of the season is the best player of the season.
They are because they outlasted everybody. Do I think that they're
You're going to tell me that Josh is a better player than Paul in Big Brother 19?
Okay, well, first of all, I couldn't stand Paul, but I couldn't stand Josh either. So that's a moot point. Do I think that Paul manipulated the game better than Josh? Yes. Do I think that Josh maneuvered the game better than Paul? Yes. That's why he won. It's the maneuvering of getting the jury votes and such. Paul did not do that. I think the same thing potentially will happen here, that maybe, I think that Michael's playing the best game right now by far. If he doesn't win, does that make him the best player still? No, he didn't win. He did something wrong that made it so he didn't win.
What if that's just like not winning a comp though? Like a lot of that comes down to comp wins, which are a lot of luck. Like with some of these things, and like with all these like twists we've had this season, like I think there is an element of luck to it that makes it a little more dicey of a question of like who's the best player of the season. I don't know.
Yeah,
but to answer
you were the best player of the game that you won, though. I'll say that, Kim.
But if he doesn't win a comp, doesn't that put him at risk then? Because people are going to look at Michael like,
Yeah.
So Michael's going to have to hide behind Monty for a minute.
You know what? You got to look at it. I agree 100% with what Jackie just said. You've got to look at it like a bank account and depositing social capital that's going to protect you when you lose. Has Michael built up enough social capital yet? I don't think so. But he made more of it now with Monty. Definitely with Jasmine, although she's going to be pissed. But she's going to have her eyebrows going crazy on Thursday.
I'm living in about her interview with Julie. God bless America. That's going to be so freaking painful.
Seriously.
Again. Sorry, Kim, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But
that's okay. No, I mean, I don't know that he's built up enough social capital yet. And we'll have to see what happens when the house comes back together, because he definitely doesn't have it with Terrence. He really does not have it with Alyssa either. He does have it with Joseph, I think. And he does have it with, who am I forgetting other than Kyle? Because
you're referring to Monty right now, like his people, right? Yeah.
No, I'm referring to Michael.
And his social capital. Exactly.
If he hasn't built up enough social capital, then as soon as he loses a comp, he's going to be out of there. If he has built up the social capital, though, I could see on a fluke that he would go out at 3 if he doesn't win. But other than that, I just don't see it happening.
Well, isn't that what Monty is doing this week, though? Is like really building social capital with people that he didn't really have the chance to. And then say like Kyle is the one that goes out the door. He still has Joseph in this game coming back to him. So I just like like, of course, I still think Michael is the better player than Monty at this point, but I just feel like there's like a rise in Monty's like stock, in my opinion.
100%.
Yeah. So I just like, I'm like really looking at his game right now and seeing like a path forward for him. So I just hope that he's smart enough to take it. I hope that he can win some comps to maybe strike at Michael. If he's someone that takes out Michael, like, that's it. Like, game over. Like,
that does it
this season. Like, who's
he wins?
Who's gonna win? Like Brittany. Like Terrence will still be there. Like Alyssa. Like Joseph hasn't won a single thing this season. He's like one of the. I think he's the only one left in the house that hasn't won anything.
Who is it?
Joseph.
Right. Okay.
Well,
you know
Alyssa hasn't won anything.
She won a prize. Kim.
Oh, yeah, a real prize.
I don't know how it kind of comes with
10-second prize.
That what's that ribbon? That you get just for
you got a participation ribbon
ribbon trophy from Kyle.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? And Bean over here said, was Vanessa Russo the best player of her season? Yes. I think she was the best at maneuvering. I don't think, or I do think actually she was the best player, but she was not the best at maneuvering, because if she was, she would have been able to be in the final two and present her case. Mm-hmm. She wasn't. She didn't get there.
She really wasn't banking on Steve having the balls to take her out at 3.
And that's just it. You cannot underestimate your opponent. And I think that's going to be the hardest thing for Michael as this moves forward, is not underestimating who he's playing against. But the cool thing is he is talking through every single scenario that exists ad nauseum with Brittany.
With Brittany,
and
I mean, they've like talked about like, should we use this week to take the swing at Monty, which they don't even have to talk to anybody about, because Brittany votes out Monty and then Michael breaks the tie. So it is very much so a situation where they could decide. And because of this like huge curtain up between the two houses, they have no idea what's going on the other side. So they're like, man, like what happens if like Turner goes out this week and then like Kyle and Joseph are still there to like reunite the pound, like they'll bring Monty back over next week. So it's like this, that's why I'm really actually happy with this twist. And I hope they try it again in future seasons, maybe just like tweak a few production things. Because I feel like there's such a potential for like an evolution of like gameplay and strategy by like trying to predict like what the other side, like the other half of the house is doing and how that dynamic is going to come together. And like, I'm so glad that like Michael and Brittany are already thinking about the power they have and how they can potentially like outsmart like what's going on the other side. But you also have to be so careful not to like accidentally checkmate yourself by thinking like too many steps forward and very like situational things that could happen, you know. And sometimes the easiest plan is often the best plan. So I'm glad that they're kind of like sticking with it. But yeah, I'm just really like fascinated with like the lack of like any knowledge of what's going on the other side of the house.
I love it.
You know, like there could like this could even be like the big lie of Big Brother. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like all like whoever like whoever 4 is like remaining out of like a group coming back, like they could all make up a totally different story about like who won veto, what happened with that veto, like how we blindsided. Like they could craft any narrative they want to that the other side would just have to believe. You know what I mean? So it creates a lot of opportunity for some really just like crazy situations that could never happen in Big Brother. Yeah, I don't know. I
agree.
Can we just mention the fact though that Jasmine honestly believes, as of this morning at least, honestly believes that Monty is going home, that she's safe. And it's like, I'm like, okay, what in hell's name makes you think that would happen, especially if you stand back and look at the dynamics? Okay, Jasmine's always bringing up the rear with her little ankle and her birthday shit and all that. It's like, don't nominate me. It's my birthday week. Honey, your birthday was last week. You're over it. You're so over it.
But it's not, it's bled into her birthday month.
It is her birthday month. Tough shit. You know, so she is, she's going to be blindsided. And that's why the conversation came up even last night, that Brittany's like, the Jasmine that we've had in here for the last few days is not the same Jasmine that was being the meanie bully to Taylor, even though she's never apologized to her, has been played it much more low key, has been helpful to some degree around the house. Personally, I think that she's putting on a fantastic act until the rest of them come back. I don't really think that she's learned her lesson, so to speak. But they're like, well, should we really blindside her? Maybe we should let her know. And I'm like, no, blindside her hard.
Blindside butterbeans, baby.
Blindside butterbeans.
I think.
Jackie, what do you think?
I think this has been like a slow progression, like especially with Taylor's HOH. Like, I think she's just been kind of like coming down a little bit, like, oh crap, I really need to play this game. I need to play this game like a hooker in a casino. Like, I really need to like wake up and no longer be in this oblivious state of, because the other two big bullies of Taylor were gone. She was a part of the Mean Girls conversation. So now that's starting to die down, and she's like, oh, Taylor is really winning competitions. Wait a minute, I wasn't expecting that. So I think with Indy going, I think Jasmine had to like really wake up and realize, okay, there's a game happening here, and it might happen without me. But yeah, let's just Monty, Taylor, Brittany, they voting her out. There is no question. We don't have to deal with that. I'm so sad she's going. Her pink dress will be gone. Her pink suit dress with the frills at the bottom will be gone. But yeah, she's not staying.
Yeah.
She also gave me advice on my wardrobe tonight, which is why I'm wearing the hot pink, because it goes so well with my eyes and my eyelashes.
So beautiful. So beautiful.
And seriously.
Yeah, Jasmine needs to come to the realization that she doesn't have a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out of. Okay? And that's a Southern saying. I'm just saying, it's the truth. Okay?
She's got a jury vote, though.
Or as they say, listen, that dog don't hunt. That dog ain't hunting no more. Stop talking about your birthday. No one gives a shit. We're the only people that can take one-syllable words and turn them into two. Shit. It's two syllables. Shit. Yeah, I'm so over her. She had her eyebrows behind. Do we know? Anyone? What eyebrows are we going to get on eviction night? And yes, Rory, she might say, Julie, you look tastier than yellow snow. Please, Jesus. You think she's going to have the thick grouchos, or what are we going to do? What is she going to do?
I cannot wait for that shit show of an interview.
We've got the fucking caterpillars look coming up. I know it.
Her eyebrows have extensions. Who would have thought there's such a thing? But it is.
I think we're gonna get the real thick ones that we got in her intro video, like the real, like then they were like sharp, but very thick,
high,
and very high.
High.
Yeah.
Like they wave. They wave now because we haven't been plucking or any maintenance, so it's off the face.
Well, the higher
Julie,
can I interview the eyebrows first? To God.
I like that.
There you go. So we ready to go outside to the Dyer Fest?
Yes, there are no more questions, no more guesses. Right. We know what's gonna happen at Brochella. She's gone.
So now we're at the Dyer Fest, which has everybody knows like what happened with like the Fire Festival, right? How much of like how much of like a shit show the Fire Festival was. I feel like the naming for this group of five is so on brand for just like it is just like Looney Tunes out there, and it's for like I actually think that the conditions are pretty terrible. Like staying out there in like the LA heat for like an entire week, that is not fun. And also having to be like there's no like rooms to go strategize in at all, which is so terrible. Like it is literally like a chicken pen or something. Like you are seeing like everybody. You are literally just in like a cage for like the whole week, and it just like it sounds so miserable. So my heart goes out to them. But so of course we saw Terrence win HOH, which was a huge shocker in itself, considering like he had so many rounds to like go out on for that competition. So they should have taken out Terrence instead of Indy. I said that last week, but what do I know? Of course, like Terrence like originally wants to target the showmans. Like of course, like that makes total sense, right? But then shit goes down, Jackie.
Yeah.
Kyle totally rats out the leftovers to Terrence. And in my opinion, you guys, like, this is like an all-time moment for Big Brother. I didn't say all-time great moment. I didn't say like I'm enjoying this. But it is so like I just felt like the twist in my heart with like like how good of a thing the Leftovers was, how good of a rapport they had with each other, how supportive they were with each other. Like it feels like Bros Before Hoes times like 6 for like each person. And like I understand being in a tough spot. Like I think like ultimately it was like a smart like Hail Mary for him to do, because he knows that him and Alyssa are a sinking ship anyway. But it's one thing to like sell out like a fake alliance to get ahead, or like even to admit that the Leftovers existed to your own showmans. I understand that, but it's another thing to go so far as to like tell Terrence, of all people, like that's how much this man is like on the outs. Like he told Terrence that, yeah, the only reason Joseph and Monty picked you for the BB Besties was just in case they ended up on the block. They had a layup, so neither of them had to go. Like just the amount of like selling down the GD River that this man has done for, and he really, you guys thinks that he thinks that he is like the hero of this story. He thinks that he is like
not a hero,
slaying the villains in like he's slaying the villains, falling on his sword, all in the name of his woman that he's saving. And it is just to the point where there is absolutely no going back from this. The Leftovers are totally done, or at least the version of the Leftovers that had Kyle in it. And like there's no way that Kyle and Alyssa, if they're both still here at the end of this week, which we'll talk about, there's no way that they aren't like the like collective house target, I think, over even Terrence after this week is over. What do you guys think?
Can I say, Kyle, to me, there were some jokes that we posted on the Twitter, from Twitter, and some jokes. Like Kyle is the guy that everybody gets busted, but his daddy is like every group of friends go out and Kyle's dad, is the one with the money and gets the good lawyer and cuts the deal, and he's got to throw everybody under the bus. You get pulled over by a cop. He just tells the cop that, there's weed in the car without him even asking. And he just throws everybody under the bus. There is a world of difference between being a rat and playing the game to survive another day. He's not lying about the Leftover Alliance, but the way he's doing it, the reason why he's doing it, it's not for the name of love. It's not for any of this BS crap. You're a little rat fucker. Okay, Kyle? You are. You're a little rat fuck. We all know it. And you can kiss my ass. And I'll tell you right now, you're not trying to survive and get to the next level. You are that white dude. Okay, you're the frat guy, walks around in your little flipped up collar polo and your khaki shorts with your flip flops or your little Birkenstocks with no socks, which makes me nuts, with your rich parents, and you don't know how to think for yourself. And the only way you've ever gotten a leg up in life is by climbing on the backs of other people. And you're proving it once again by doing it on the live feeds and whatever. Dude, you've had sex with 2 women in your life. Okay? 2. I would love to interview the first one. I really would. But you have not had enough poo-tang to really allow it to run your life the way it is right now. I'm very confused as how the male mind works when it comes to the vag. I mean, is her vagina so tight it's a vice grip? Does she? What is that from the movie, that Eddie Murphy movie with Richard Pryor in it and Harlem Nights? He said, "Oh, they call her Sunshine." Well, why do they call her Sunshine? Oh, honey, you throw her pussy up in the air, it turns into sunshine. I mean, do you get that? Do you get that from 10 seconds of a tip? I mean, let's be honest, that's tip. It's not even a soak at that point. But anyway, I'm just saying, it's just there's not enough going on. He's a rat. He's just a rat. Yeah. It's a sinking ship, and he's clawing at everything. Anyway, not trying to run over anybody, but that's my 2 cents.
No, like it is that like, and I can't even. I actually cannot even say it's dire, because like he could have at least waited to see what happens with the veto. to see like how that shakes out, because all him and Alyssa had to do was one of them win the veto, and then they just then they sell out the leftovers to Terrence and have Terrence break the tie
to whomever
in their favor. Yeah, exactly. So like just like the moment it feels like the moment they got in the backyard is when all of this happened. But so then of course, like after all of this, we do get a wall yeller. So apparently they yelled that Kyle is a liar. And this has influenced Terrence, or so we believe. Like this is all hearsay. Terrence won the veto as well, which is should have kept Indy over Terrence.
Okay, but supposedly they threw the veto to Terrence.
Who? Kyle and Alyssa?
Kyle threw the
didn't know
veto
that.
to Terrence, supposedly. But, you know, just like his 10 seconds of glory with Alyssa, it's premature speculation, you know?
Premature ejaculation. Got it.
Yeah, so like because of the wall yeller, like Big Brother has punished us. We have not gotten the live feeds to know like what really is going on until like apparently they just came back like 30 minutes ago or so. But so basically like, well, we've gotten some pretty reliable spoilers that Terrence in fact used the veto. So we don't know if it was like purely because of the wall yeller or if Joseph and Turner just like really got to work, which I really could see being the case because Turner, like Terrence has this weird, like, I think that Terrence considers Turner like his number one or number two, which is weird because like
they've got a final two.
Yeah. So like he listens to Turner is what I'm saying. So, and we've seen that like when Turner, I always feel weird saying Turner turns, but when Turner turns his gameplay on, like we don't see it often. Like he's really like chilling back and just kicking it the whole season. But when he does, like when he was in power as HOH, he totally transformed the game. And we potentially see that happening now because Terrence did put up or took down Turner and put up Kyle in his place. And so now, like, I think Terrence is still wavering back and forth, which honestly, good for him because like he's been on the outs like this whole game. So I think if Turner can really hold his cards, not say like which way he's going with the tiebreaker.
The world Turners.
Like Terrence ultimately has the decision here by being the tiebreaker, whether it's for the showmans or for the leftovers. But don't say anything to either side and like really collect all of that information that you can, buddy. So I don't know. Like I think Terrence like it was sloppy, but I think that he's ultimately had a pretty impressive week in my opinion in terms of like what he could potentially accomplish and how this is like shaking up the game and everything. So yeah, so we like right now it's
Kim she's put her eyelashes on her eyebrows. This is what it's come to.
Yes. So we'll see. It's either Kyle or Joseph going. But
oh my God, Jasmine, how are you doing tonight, Jasmine?
Wait, I am doing just fine, Julie. Thanks for asking. How are you doing tonight, Miss Allison?
Well, we're just wondering, how are you feeling about getting blindsided? Do you think they blindsided you because you were the threat of the house?
You know what? They wouldn't do that to me. Not on my birthday month. My God, I've been injured. It's my birthday month. How could they do that to me? It's not a butterbean blindside. It's more like a baked brisket in an air fryer with a side of wings that make you so happy you just don't see the rest of it coming.
Yeah, that right eye. I can't do the left or right, but it's trying. It's trying to make a statement.
It's holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
It's like Uncle Leo. I've got a question mark over my head.
Oh, I really think that I was a real threat because I worked so hard at limping because I broke my ankle 6 months ago and I'm still in a boot. Y'all, I can't with this woman anymore. Why? If you sprint, I don't give a shit. It's over, man. It's over. She doesn't need nothing. Nothing. And what does she work so hard at? Not her eyebrows, I can tell you that much.
Not learning how to cook.
Not learning how to cook, you make nothing. And it's lasting longevity on the wall. Man, she just, if I were Jasmine, like when I was watching Jasmine on the wall and she was about to fall, all I could think is this bitch is gonna fall on that ankle. I know it. You just
milk it for another month.
She'll milk it for another month, and yes, she will be here another month. Because if they have any sense, they won't vote Monty out. Because you got to get rid of Monty because he is a beast. Jasmine's not. She's a goat, and not.
But that's how bad her social game, Allison, is. That like Monty can be on the block next to her. And she's like hobbling on her way to the nomination chair, and she is still being voted out, probably unanimously. And there is like no chance in hell whatsoever.
Do you think that they have planned the time that it's going to take Jasmine to get from the nomination couch to hugging everyone, to getting her bag, to getting to the door, getting out that door, then getting out the other door, and then getting to fucking Julie? Do you think they
can't be any longer than Indy having this great big God.
They've got to consider that time. I mean, come on. Update Turner is okay. Turner is off the block. Okay.
Speculatively.
We
don't know this for sure.
Well, now that the feeds are back, I think that is like pretty confirmed now.
Adrian, can you confirm that? Can you?
Yeah.
What are they saying today? Can you make sure it's verified from a verified account?
Right now, we're front of the house, so.
Yeah.
So I think that if Kyle does go here, that is like such good news for Monty because he'll still have Joseph in the game and everything. He has like this new group that he's working with as well. So that kind of leaves like Turner a little bit on the outs, like no matter how this shakes out. So I wonder like how he's going to recover after this week. What do you think, Kim?
I don't know. Can you narrow that question down a little bit for me?
Yeah, like where does Turner go after this week with all of this like formed around him, you know?
Adrian confirms he said, I'm off the block, mother, to Terrence and Alyssa. Okay.
Well, good for him. So that confirms that. So the second thing we need confirmed is that Kyle is on the block, which I would assume between Kyle and Alyssa, he would totally throw Kyle up there. But where do I think Turner's going to stand? I think Turner is actually going to end up being in a very good position because he's got a relationship with Alyssa. He's got a final two with Terrence. He's got Joseph. He and Joseph have bonded while they both have been on the block going, what the fuck is Kyle doing? And then he's got 4 over on the other side that are inside right now that are all part of the leftovers, and they know how loyal he is to the leftovers.
I mean, I could see, so like after this week, I could see Turner maybe getting coalescing like Alyssa and Terrence and Joseph. Joseph brings Monty over, and maybe they start like really trying to target Michael and Brittany and take them out. Which like
and I think that they would. Situation? I think they'd potentially bring Michael and Brittany over to have the numbers.
So then, who would they take out then?
I don't think that he would necessarily be with Joseph if he did that. But I could see them bringing Michael and Brittany over for numbers to take out Joseph.
Yeah, very well could happen. But
I think he's sitting in the middle, and he's sitting in a real good spot right now.
Yeah, I think he just needs to like keep laying low. To be honest,
just chill.
Rory just posted this. BB update from Instagram stories. Global announces debut of a Canadian version of Big Brother. More news. Yes, I'm marking that. That's 18. Okay. I have a question. Do you guys think that CBS is going to milk this for everything it's worth tomorrow evening and not reveal? And this is for the casuals. So if you're a feedster, whatever, bite me. They're going to draw it out to Thursday evening to reveal who was taken off the block and replaced.
I think they could with the outdoor group.
This should have been a 2-hour show. This, like, I really think personally tomorrow should have been the 2-hour show. But
more so than last Thursday for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't know that they'll draw it out because they have to have 2 live votes on Thursday night. And one's going to be indoors and one's going to be outside because they don't get to come together until after it's all done.
Yeah.
So I think they'll do one, go to commercial, do the other one, go to commercial, get rid of the people that were voted out, all that stuff. They've got too much to do in an hour on Thursday to draw out the POV ceremonies because they've got to show 2 of them.
Nope.
Bye, Allison.
Yeah, I mean, totally. But luckily for them, like, at least like the indoor group is like the most straightforward week of Big Brother, like ever. So like they could even just have like literally like one scene where like the veto is not used and like that's it. We like the writing's on the wall. We all get it. And like really just focus the rest of the time on like all the shit that's going on in the backyard. That's what they should
save time. I think they should just do a hand count. Okay, all in favor of voting out Jasmine? Against? Jasmine by the vote of 3-0, and you just saw it. Bye.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, hi, Allison. Welcome back.
I think my power is blinking.
Oh.
No, I'm like, it's not that I heard. I don't know what's going on. I just had like my power was blinking. I don't know if y'all saw that or not. So,
was it Ink 182?
It might have been Ink 182. But I tell you what, I did kind of enjoy some of the background feeds when I did get to see Terrence scrubbing off all of his tattoos.
Oh, bye. Okay, the funniest thing though was when they did come back from the feeds after the veto, and they literally had 10 seconds of feeds. It was like that's how fast Kyle was. Yeah. But it was Monty. No, it was Joseph and Turner. I think it was Joseph, Turner, and Kyle that were talking with Terrence in the background, and they had to blur out his ass.
Yeah,
because you could see.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
they could totally see his butt, so they blurred it. Yeah.
Well, too bad they didn't have the tramp stamp still on there. The BB Besties tramp stamp that he had to put on.
I think they needed to keep the but now or but next right above his ass crack just for Julie. Like they should give him 20 of those so that when he does get voted out, and he will get voted out, that he has to go out and meet Julie and show his ass crack.
I like this comment. They said, Allison, did you just go eat a rack of ribs and butter beans?
Butter beans.
Butter beans. But first, thank you. I went blank on it for a second there, Roy. But
no, that's what the tramp stamp said. It was but first, not BB Besties.
But no, it was but first. And that's why I think they should give him a stack of them so that he can meet Julie in style. He'll turn around. But first.
So, Kim, how do you see the rest of the season shaking out from here? Like, what do you think the boot order is?
The boot order? Well, obviously, I think Jasmine and Kyle are going to happen Thursday night. After that, I think that we're potentially going to lose. Hold on, I've got to think for a hot second here. Okay, So I think that we're going to lose, what's her face? Alyssa, I think will be the next one to go after that. I think they'll strive hard to really try and get down to 7 with the leftovers minus Kyle. But maybe with Turner, I think, or with Terrence. I think they might keep Terrence into 7.
Yeah.
And then get rid of Terrence. That would bring them to their 6. At that point, I can easily see them voting out potentially Turner. And I think Brittany is going to be a casualty in there. I think that they're not going to be able to get rid of Michael, and we'll put Brittany up as a replacement nom and vote her out to break up the 2 of them.
Totally. She's like an easy way out if like something funky happens with a veto.
Exactly. But I think it's going to come down to a final 4 of Monty, Taylor, Michael, and Turner. I think those are going to be the final 4. That would be a great
final 4.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be disappointed. I think they'll try and get Michael out at 4, and Turner will end up going, because I think Michael will win POV and turn around and take care of Turner. Bye, see you later. And
because Michael has said that like he wants to go to the final 3 with Taylor and Brittany, because he's pretty confident that he can beat both of them in a final HOH. So he's not really worried about it.
But I really think that Brittany's going to be a casualty when they cannot get rid of Michael.
Hello.
And that would end up with the final 3 then of Michael, Taylor, and potentially Monty.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Jackie?
So, and I know this is going back, like, from what we were talking about. I think that in this outside group, so in real life, in an actual game, I was dimed out. The same way Kyle spilled all the tea and left none left in the cup. And being in it, it sucks. But watching it, I'm like, now I see, I would rather keep the traitor in the game, because then he's not going to have his alliance to fall back on. He's going to have this little showmance thing. Let's get rid of the other part of the showmance. And then he's going to have all 6 of these people looking at him like, so I can get rid of Kyle later. I can use him if I'm Terrence.
That would be good for Michael.
Yeah, and good for Michael too. Yeah, I can use him later on, manipulate him the same way he tried to manipulate us with this,
huge meat shield.
Because snitches get stitches, but in social games, they can stay a little while longer. I don't think he would win, but I think he would be a good, like, let me keep you around for a minute, because now you have nowhere to go. You have no loyalty. Similar to like how how Jasmine was able to stay these last couple weeks as all of her allies have just been going out the house. I think Kyle might survive this one. And if Terrence is really trying to quote unquote make a move, he would break a tie and unfortunately let go of Joseph, but then that's going to shake the game up even more.
I think it'd be amazing, like beyond. Hi, Allison. I think it would be beyond amazing if Alyssa votes out Kyle, saying she didn't. You know what? He didn't tell me anything about the leftovers. Woe is me. The sex wasn't that great, and I still got butterfly floaty prints on my ass because of it. And he didn't.
Turner should be making that pitch to Alyssa. Honestly.
You know what? He didn't feel me up and buy me dinner before that 10 seconds. Yep. So therefore, I'm sorry. I've got to vote him out because he didn't trust me for a month to tell me anything.
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, I'm going to just bow out. This is very awkward. I'm in the Blair Witch Project right now. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
Did your power go out?
We're having a tiny little brownout right now. So it's because everybody's using, I guess, too much air. But I just wanted to say goodnight, everybody. Y'all go ahead. I'm sorry, but this is just weird. I can't see really well. So.
All right. We'll see you on Thursday. No worries.
Bye. Right, say bye to me and my brows. We'll see you Thursday. My brows can literally wave goodbye.
I think she's like, Okay, there we go. Yeah, I mean, like Jackie, that's a really interesting like turn of like events. Like that would be.
I agree with Kim. I think Alyssa just goes like, "It's time for me to make a move. He lied to me."
A move.
And you know what? And then she's got a compelling story going back in the house, and she will get the pity from everybody who is empathetic in there. They're all going to feel bad for Alyssa and not vote her out immediately.
Well, not only that, but like she is really like a vote that's like up for sale, like an alliance member that's like up for sale. And with like it being such like an
She's
issue
with
of like
Terrence though.
I don't think after I don't know.
Or Terrence is with her.
Terrence was like, "What do you mean? Like, what does that mean?" She's with
Well, no,
Terrence is with her, but I don't know how much she's with Terrence.
I think she could be convinced to go another way. I don't think I think that's just like a marriage of convenience more than anything. And now that she's privy to all the information in the house, I don't think she would actively choose to still align herself with like the GOAT of the season.
But who does she have? If Jasmine is gone,
I am available. Like, come to me, tell me your best offer. Like, I am up for sale, baby. Michael and Brittany, you're worried about Monty and Joseph. Like, I will be on your side. Monty and Joseph, you need somebody to take out that comp piece. Like, give me the world. Like, like I am up for sale. I am a hot commodity. I am like a number going down like the home stretch of this game. That is so enticing to be that mighty middle position.
Yeah. Except that none of them trust her. That's the problem with taking her in. And
you don't need to trust her if she presents herself. No, if she presents herself as like, listen, I know I'm 3 out of 3 on this totem pole, no matter how it shakes out. Like, I will play for third. Just let me play with you. Just totally shameless. Like, I have no game. Use me type of thing.
Except that she has no game and doesn't know how to present that.
True. Yeah. But I think her and Turner kind of have this like parallel where Turner is like safe because he already played a really good game. She would be like in this like weird limbo where now it's like, where does she sit? So no one's really going to be checking for her. They're going to be like, well, we have all these other options somewhere in between, you know?
I mean, that's the game that Brittany has done this whole season with Michael. Like she's told Michael, like she's told Michael this whole time that I am okay with losing to you because like we are such good friends. And like, I don't think that I have a winning game in front of me. So use me as like an agent of chaos. If you want, that's totally fine. And what has that done to her? Have a loyal as hell ally that's winning all these competitions. So it's not not the worst idea to like buy you time to figure out something. And just like Steve in Big Brother 17, all you have to do is win that final HOH and take out the big player of the season.
Yes.
That's your game winning move.
But here's the thing though, Michael trusts Brittany and what she's saying with that, which to a certain degree, she's being like honest with them. But the other side of it is what she has going on with Taylor. So there's that level of trust. There is no level of trust with Alyssa. They are already aware of a lot of the shit talking she did with Jasmine.
Yeah.
They're aware of the stuff with Kyle, and they're going to be aware of what happened out in the backyard as soon as Turner, Joseph start feeding to Monty and Michael and Brittany and Taylor.
Yeah,
it's over. I don't think she's going to last long. I don't think they will trust her. Would you trust her if she said, you know what, Tyler, use me as a number. I will vote however you tell me to.
I would test that sooner than later.
Right.
What, Jackie?
I agree. I would test it.
I just told Tyler that I'll vote however he wants me to, but he wants me to vote you. So I'm not going to do that. I can't vote you out.
I mean, but she probably lying.
Well, yeah, she's going to lie. She's going to lie like a bad rug. You know, she really is. And
You do have to test it. You're right. You do have to test her loyalty at that point. But she contributed in her showmance going out, which I mean, that's also some snake moves, just like Brittany. But I mean, not Brittany, Jasmine. But
you know why she did that? Because she knew that if she didn't, that Terrence was going to break the tie. And then she would have been going against Terrence, forcing him to break the tie.
Mm-hmm.
And so now Terrence wants nothing to do with her either.
Mm-hmm.
She's screwed. I'm sorry.
Oh, totally. I don't want to make it like I'm just playing very. I'm playing very hypothetical situations. Like realistically, how it's going to play out is Alyssa's just going to be in her flop era for the rest of the season. So.
I love speculation.
Yeah, and it's fun to like play out all these what ifs.
And you do not want to take her to the end as a GOAT because she's going to have jury votes.
Yeah.
Kyle, despite her turning on Kyle would vote for her. Indy would vote for her. Jasmine would vote for her. Yeah. So you've got three immediate right there without ever opening your mouth. And depending on who she's up against, she's not even a good GOAT to take, especially for like Joseph. I don't think he would be good to take her. I don't think that Turner would be good to take her. I don't think Terrence is going to have an opportunity to take her. You know, so then when you're looking at the Monty Taylor, Michael Brittany, you look at the four of them. Are you willing to give up 3 votes off the bat like that? No way. You've got to have her out. Maybe keep her to 5, but nothing beyond that. She'll fall off a comp and get the ball in the highest number and win.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really want that? No way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to update our draft here because
dang it.
I just want to say, so Jackie, you'll be down to Brittany after this week, and no matter how the other backyard setup happens, either it's Kyle or Joseph that goes, I still have all 4 people going into next week, which is crazy.
Andrew, we'll be a pair.
Oh, there you go. Oh my God, that's so cute. I wish that for you guys. That's adorable.
So wait, then going forward, do we think that we are leftovers at 5? Like 5 of the leftovers are left over?
I think
formal.
I don't think so. I think maybe 4. Like I said, I really honestly and truly believe Brittany is going to go. They're going to try and take out Michael, and it's going to fail. He's going to win POV. So instead, they're going to put up Brittany. I'll be surprised if she gets past 6.
That's tough. Okay, so let me play this out. So I think Jackie and Kyle are going. So I'm like graying out their picture in my mind here. So let's say Michael will not be able to play HOH and Terrence will not be able to play HOH. So we're looking at like probably either Monty Taylor or Turner winning HOH. I think Monty or Taylor probably just put up Alyssa and Terrence together. Most likely, I think Turner would entertain something else, but I think ultimately, I think he would do the same thing. So I think Alyssa will probably go next after Kyle and Jackie are done. I don't think anybody would use the veto on her either. She hasn't won anything this season so far, so I think that's a pretty safe bet to lock in that Alyssa goes next. So then after that, Michael is eligible to play HOH again. So I'm just going with the statistical odds of the season. Let's say that Michael wins this next HOH. So of course he's going to keep Brittany safe. He's already said he's going to keep Taylor safe. So the question is, like, does he put up Monty and Joseph together? Does he put up maybe Joseph and Turner together is probably the better answer. The question is, like, does Michael want to, like, how far along does Michael want to take Terrence? And that I don't really have a good answer on. Like, does he want to, like, keep things easy, or does he want to finally start, like, swinging a little bigger with his power? That's a good question. We've seen him play it safe and it work out in his favor so far this season. So let's say that he puts up Turner and Joseph. I think in that case, I think Turner would probably go. I think Monty would save Joseph. I think Taylor would save Joseph. Brittany will just do whatever Michael says. And I think Terrence would also vote out Joseph. Terrence would vote out Joseph, but he would be the outlier, is what I'm saying. So I think Turner would probably go next, right? So let's say Alyssa and Turner follow Kyle and Jasmine. So that leaves a final 5 of Monty, Taylor, Brittany. Sorry, final 6 of Monty, Taylor, Brittany, Michael, Joseph, Terrence. So then Michael can't compete in the HOH again. So let's say, Taylor's won some comps, Brittany's won some comps. So do we want to say one of them wins HOH next? Let's say Taylor wins HOH just for like excitement factor. That's a big question for Taylor. Like, does she put up Brittany and Michael together here?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Even with Joseph and Monty still in the game whispering in her ear?
No, I think
because only one of the 2 of them will go.
Right. And I think Brittany, I think Taylor is a lot closer with Brittany and Michael than she is with Monty and Joseph.
Yeah.
So does she put up Monty and Joseph together?
Yeah, I think she goes for it because she thinks she has the support of Brittany and Michael.
Or like, does she put up Terrence and Joseph? Like, I can see Taylor taking the easy way out and taking out Terrence here.
Possibly,
right?
Because she does want to get Terrence out.
Yeah,
but
so I think that's probably the real possibility is probably Terrence on her HOH, right?
So then you're saying that it has to be Michael to get Monty out ultimately.
I think so.
Yeah,
because Taylor, they've started building that relationship. I just don't see Taylor taking a swing at Monty. I could see potentially putting up Terrence and Monty and lying to him and saying, there's a backdoor plan, whatever, because that seems to be the theme of the season. But it's not a backdoor at that point because there's a POV to play for. If Michael were to win that POV, he's not going to save Turner for sure. And possibly Monty to put up Terrence. But really, what kind of game move is seriously backdooring Terrence?
Well, I think that Taylor has a lot to lose here by kind of like picking sides. I think that she's been a really valuable like third wheel for Michael and Brittany and also for Monty and Joseph. And I think like if she swings bold with either side, I think it's really going to hurt her jury chances. So she is more than justified to target Terrence here for personal reasons as well. I don't know. I think that she, and plus she's not the most like strategic mind in this game. Let's be real. Her HOH was very
if she were smart, this is where she would throw the HOH. And nobody ever wants to throw the HOH because that's the only way you're guaranteed being safe. But if she is in a position ahead of Terrence right there, throw it. Turner's not going to put her up. Monty won't put her up. Michael won't put her up. Brittany won't put her up.
Yeah, right.
You throw it. You throw it and make a deal, especially if it's like an endurance something. You make a deal with them and say, I will give you the HOH, but I need for Terrence to go.
Yeah. Well, also that to say, like, I think that, like, this is very, like, situational. Like, Taylor might not even win that HOH. Like, it could be Brittany. It could be Joseph. Of course. You know what I mean? But, like, to answer Jackie's original question, I definitely do see a situation where the final 5 is, like, Monty, Taylor, Brittany, Michael, and Joseph, if it plays out kind of the way we just had it. So,
okay.
Very possible. And like we said, like that would be a really great final 5. I would be very happy with that.
Yeah,
I would too.
Yeah,
I would too.
All right. Well, any other thoughts before we sign off, ladies?
No, I think that it's going to probably take me an hour to get this shit off my eyebrows, though. That's my final thought.
All for Jasmine. She it's what she deserves for going out on her birthday week. Her birthday.
Her birthday month.
Her birthday month. Her birthday month.
It's a whole month. Her birthday year.
It's my birthday year, y'all. Oh yeah. All right. Well, if that's everything, I think we'll go ahead and sign off. But thank you guys so much for tuning into the comments, giving us all of your thoughts and stuff in the chat. We love all of that engagement and stuff. If you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. Give us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Become a patron. We are planning a patron exclusive show for, I believe, a week from tomorrow. So we're gonna just like shoot the shit and have some fun with our patrons too. And I also do want to wish another happy birthday again to Kylan. He told us at the beginning of the show that it's his birthday, so happy birthday to one of our friends and patrons, Kylan. But yeah, so we'll be back on Thursday to see Jasmine and hopefully Kyle go out the door. We'll hopefully have a new HOH. I really hope that it's not a cliffhanger, so we can have some fun with Jackie speculating on all the different scenarios and what ifs. Like, I'm glad that you love doing that too, because like I could just go on and on. Like, what happens if this person does this and then that, and then there's just so many. This season is still very fluid, in my opinion. I'm really excited about this end game, and I'm not usually excited about Big Brother end games. So we have a lot to talk about coming down the home stretch.
Can I throw this one out to you? Because all of us are speculating that they will vote out Kyle. What happens if Kyle stays? I mean, we know he's fucked, but that's a whole nother story. That means Joseph would be gone. Kyle
I'm going to bring up the chart again.
Okay.
Not to brag, but just to like keep the people's names straight.
So that would make Kyle in, Joseph gone. So final 9 would be Terrence, Kyle, Michael, Brittany, Monty, Taylor, Turner,
and Alyssa.
Oh, maybe Alyssa and Kyle and Terrence become a thing.
Sorry, say that again. Kyle.
Maybe Alyssa, Kyle, and Terrence become a thing because they all realize that they're not. Well, Kyle is going to be clearly outside of the leftovers, and then Alyssa and Terrence have just found out that they've already been outside of the leftovers, so now they're the double.
Honestly, that's Terrence's best move is to do that.
It really would be. As much as I really do not want Kyle still in the game, for Terrence, keeping Kyle in the game gives him Kyle, Alyssa, possibly Turner.
He would, Turner would be in the middle. Best position.
Turner would sit in the middle on this.
Oh, jealous.
So that could actually be very interesting. That scenario, if it happens, oh my God, there's going to be drama in that house.
There will be, and I think that
because Joseph would be gone.
Right, exactly. And so like Taylor and Monty are kind of like on an island by themselves because like Michael and Brittany will still have each other. So I think that would cause like the 4 of them to really stick together. But then again, like it's tough because like this will be so beneficial for Michael's game, because to have like Kyle still in the game as this giant meat shield, still with his showmans there, Terrence is still there to take care of. Like how the hell do you target or do you prioritize Michael in front of all of those people? And Michael is still winning all of these comps. So it buys him so much time to just like win out. It's crazy. And he doesn't even have to get any like real like dirty blood on his hands because the boot order is so clear, you know, like there is like plenty of justification to target like Kyle and then Alyssa and then Terrence.
So seriously, keeping Kyle in is would benefit Michael, Brittany, Taylor, Monty, and Terrence.
I think it doesn't benefit Monty. That's the real loser of this, I think.
That's true. He would be like straddling the middle for who do we vote out. But it would benefit Alyssa for sure.
Definitely.
Because you would have to throw the both of them on the block together, because if you keep one of them out, you can't go with some backdoor plan to backdoor Kyle, because if he wins, he pulls Alyssa down.
Yeah. Right.
you're screwed. Yeah. So that's where the strategic dynamics are going to be really out of this world, is if Kyle stays. And you know what? And it may not get beyond that, because BB Twitter, it would burn down the house. So it wouldn't really matter at that point.
Exactly. But I'm glad that Michael and Brittany are just playing out all these situations like we are right now, because it's going to keep them like really prepared to maintain this upper hand that they've really truly achieved this week. And I can't reiterate that enough. Like, Michael needed this win in particular so damn bad. It's crazy. So yeah, I don't know.
I'm excited for him to get out of the house, because Hayden and I have talked about it a few times, but he was so much Team Kim season 1 of Sequester Online before the live show. He was Team Kim on the live show. Actually, he liked me and Ethan on the online version, and he was Team Kim on the live show. And I would love to talk strategy with him. I would love to sit down and go, okay, so what if they had kept Kyle instead of Joseph? How would you have played that out? I would love to know how his mind works on it, because that's my thing. I love the strategy of it.
Yeah. Me too. It's just a giant like ripple effect of all these like little micro choices, and it's cool. I don't know. All right. Well, I think that does it for tonight. So we'll be back on Thursday to recap all this live eviction nonsense and everything. So, and with the live audience too, which is very exciting.
Are we sure? Is there a live audience again?
I think so. Yeah. Unless
I haven't heard otherwise. About the tickets. So I didn't know if there was going to be or not. I should have checked with that when I had Jasmine doing my eyebrows and stuff. I should have checked with Julie on that one.
Well, maybe logistically, because it's like 2 separate evictions, maybe they don't want to do a live audience. So I don't know. We'll see. But all right. Well, everybody have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kim.
No, I was just gonna say, I think one of them is going to be pre-recorded, and the other one will be live. But if they do the second one, for viewership, they would be smart to do the second one live. But if Kyle gets voted out, are you releasing him to a live audience?
I hope so. I hope so.
Christine.
Yeah, exactly. There is precedence for this in Big Brother, and it makes you think about the things that you've done. Although Christine didn't deserve the booze.
No, she didn't.
But Aaron certainly did. Big Brother.
Oh, so Aaron, for sure. Please.
Talk about some bad eyebrows. Her in that eviction interview with Julie, where she's like, "I'm not racist," and her eyebrows are like, it's like a Mario Kart 64 track. Like, it's like really jagged. All right. Well, Kim, thank you for joining us, and Jackie, always love getting the chance to talk these weathers with you and everything. So we'll be back on Thursday. Everybody have a good rest of your night. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.